Hello, everybody. It's yours truly, Chicken Nugget King 313. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. And hey, let's get this video popping. We talking about Kyle Allen. Let's go!
From the team where the team's all grind, no luck. Wings on the ice, Tigers on the up. Lions roaring, Pistons never stuck. Detroit sports talk, we just don't give up. It's the Chicken Nugget King bringing you the scene. Hitting every stat like a switch so clean. From Joe Louis days to that Ford Field clean. 313 in the house, living the dream. Takes flying like a deep end zone throw. Barry ran the block, made defenders eat snow. From Comerica to LCA, it's all flow. Detroit's got a heartbeat in case you didn't know. It's the Chicken Nugget King bringing you the scene. Hitting every stat like a switch so clean. From Joe Louis days to that Ford Field clean. 313 in the house, living the dream. We cheer, we scream for the play. Sports talk, electric, every night, every day. Changing the game, got no cliches. Detroit in our veins, that'll never fade away. Red and blue pride, no town gets loud. Pistons in the mix till the fans go wild. Lines breaking curses, yeah, we stand proud. Chicken Nugget King repping that hometown crowd.
Hello, everybody. It's yours truly, Chicken Nugget King 313. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm at 307 subscribers. Tell a Lions fan to tell a Lions fan to come join the journey. Tell a sports fan to tell a sports fan to come join the journey and holler back at your boy. Now, we're talking about Kyle Allen, the brand new signee for the Detroit Lions from March 13th of 2025, and he's a part of our roster. And yes, he's active. He's been around in the league for quite some time. Spent time with Carolina, Washington, Houston, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and now the Detroit Lions. His career stats, 705. Passing completions, 442. Completion percentage, 62.7. 26 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. 4,753 passing yards. Passer rating is 82.3. It's not bad. I mean, he hails from Desert Mountain, Scottsdale, Arizona. Went to the Texas A&M Aggies in 2014 and 2015. Played with Houston from 2016 to 2017. Went undrafted in 2018, but Carolina took a shot at him, and he spent 2 seasons there in 2018 and 2019. Spent 2 seasons with Washington football team in 2020 and 2021. Spent 1 season with the Houston Texans. Spent 1 season with the Buffalo Bills. Spent 1 season with Pittsburgh Steelers. And as you know, yes, indeed, Detroit Lions, 2025 and present. And, I don't think that he's going to be automatically QB2 because I think the Lions still have faith in Hendon Hooker. And the only time we ever get to see Hendon Hooker perform on the field is when it's garbage time. Or in preseason. That's the only time we ever see Hendo. But this season, I think we see Hendo. I think we see Hendo out there just in case Jared Goff gets hurt. Or if Kyle Allen doesn't show up and doesn't make the team and he's gone. But the main thing that I want to see from Hendon Hooker is not just running, not just passing, but to understand defenses. Read defenses. When you're a quarterback, you read defenses. You read them well. And you got to flip the script on them a little bit and showcase that you can just not only do run, pass, and all that more, but you got to have the brains to outsmart a defense, to actually outwork the defense and make sure that you flip a page on them and flip the script on them, as so to speak, So that way you can see audibles, you can see hot routes, you can see who's going to go out there and get the ball for you and catch it, who's going to make sure that you can flip it and make sure there's a run for the running back to work and get through the middle and get through the outside and bounce out a little bit more. That's the type of things I want to see from Hendon Hooker this year. And I know a lot of you guys are not hype on Hendon Hooker, but Hendon Hooker is that guy. He played well with Tennessee. He could have been a first-round pick had he not got hurt. But Kyle Allen is a guy that shows flashes of potential. He shows that he's never going to give up. He's willing to make a play work out. He's willing to get, in line with, wide receivers and running backs. He's willing to get in line with them and build chemistry with them so that way he can learn, how good they are with, the deep ball, the short routes, the, timing of getting the ball to them quickly. Because as a quarterback, you got to get the ball out quick. You can't just sit there and say, height, and be so late at getting the ball under center. You got to get the ball out under center, get the ball out from under center, and pass the ball quickly. Timing is the main thing when you do passing. So when you look at Kyle Allen's stats, it really shows that he knows how to get the ball out quick. He can do that very well. But if you get the ball out late, you're going to get hit. You're going to get sacked. You're going to get dropped back. You're going to get, forced out of bounds. You're going to get hit, pressured, hurried, all that and more when it comes to the game in the NFL. College, it's easy to work. It's easy to work. It's easy to understand playbooks and, play technicalities and, play styles and play schemes. It's very understanding to do that in college. Easy. But when you get to the NFL and the pros as a quarterback, you're going to have to know, this whole playbook, this whole play scheme and this play style from front to back overnight, each and every single night when you're literally alone and looking at film and looking at ways to just make sure that you can be on top of your game and be on your P's and Q's when you're playing the position of quarterback. I mean, the quarterback is the point guard of the team. We have our starter in Jared Goff. Okay, that's bar none. But when you look at QB2, you're looking at Hendon Hooker, you're looking at Kyle Allen battling it out for that exact position, for that exact type of, job. They're battling it out for that. And if Hendon Hooker's gone, then I wouldn't mind it because he definitely deserves playing time. He definitely deserves to get a chance to step out on the field and showcase what he got. But if Kyle Allen beats him out, it's gonna be more about his, skill and will to understand defenses and get the ball out quick. That's the main thing that they're gonna like out of him, out of Kyle Allen. And it's only good. It's only good to get, competitive, competition between Kyle Allen and Hendon Hooker. And I'm looking forward to seeing it, all through OTAs, all through training camp, all through mini camp, all through preseason. I'm looking forward to that matchup. That's one thing I want to look at when I'm watching, the Detroit Lions play this season, because we all expect this team to go high and high and high all the way up. We all expect that. But it's a lot of other positions. It's a lot of other talent on this team that's willing to make this team. And right now it's going to be a 90-man roster going, forward. It's going to be that. But after 90, you got to cut it down to 75. After 75, you got to cut it down to 53. That's the main things that you got to worry about. Cuts, releases, waivers, all that stuff. You got to worry about that stuff when it comes to the game of the NFL. In the game of the NBA, as I go for a, basketball, aspect on this, is that in the game of basketball, you have 15 men. It's going to be 5 starters out there on the floor, 5 starters sitting down as a second unit. That's what that type of thing is. But you would have to cut down from 16, 17 straight to 15 because it's a 15-man roster game. And it's easier to make cuts from that standpoint when you're a coach and a general manager. But when you're a general manager and a head coach in the NFL, it's hard to cut guys that you like. It's hard to release guys that you like. It's hard to make trades on guys that you like and you believe in. It's hard to make waivers on guys that you like and believe in. It's hard to let that happen. It's hard to, process that in your mind and your brain because you want to keep some of these guys. You really like what they're about. Norris, whatever. whatever his name is, dude had a hell of a hit against the, New York Giants, and all of a sudden he got cut. Different position, opposite of quarterback, because he played DB, but he was getting the job done. He was making excellent strides, doing the right things as a defensive guy. But when it comes to being a DB and you go undrafted or drafted last as a 6th-round player or 7th-round player, you're willing to make an impression on the coaches and the GMs and the scouts and the whole front office. You're willing to do that because you want to work your ass off day in, day out to become the best that you could be. And I get it. This whole video is about quarterbacks. It's all about Kyle Allen. But we're talking about defense for a minute. And defense can be very special to, a team. It could be very special to the guys out there that's linebacking core, the guys that's out there as a defensive line core, as an edge core, as a, free safety to safety core. It's very important to them because they're fighting for their job each and every single day. Quarterbacks, they're fighting for their job each and every single day too. But keep in mind, you got to think from a defensive standpoint when you're a quarterback too, is that if I can't beat out this guy, he might take my job. If I can't go out there and show strides and impress the coaches and impress the scouting department, to impress the front office and impress my teammates out there, then I'm not going to have a chance at, playing on this team. I might never see another snap ever again if I don't put a great impression on my teammates, on the coaches, on the scouting department, and the front office. I might not have that chance. Hell, I want to impress the owner. You know what I'm saying? So in that time, in essence, I want to be the best I can be when I'm on the field. I want to be on my P's and Q's. I want to showcase what I'm all about from here on out. And that's what Kyle Allen is thinking. That's what Hendon Hooker is thinking. That's what all these players on the 90-man roster are thinking. And then you got to think about the UDFAs too. Let's not leave them out of the picture because they're willing to fight for a job too. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to it in the NFL, just like the NCAA tournament, it's win or go home. Go big or go home. That's what this is all about when it comes to making a roster. That's what happens when you make a team. And you got the guys that are in, the practice squad too. They're trying to get a chance to play and fight for a job too. So in more ways than one, it's all about fighting. It's all about impressing. It's all about believing in your talent and developing your game from here on out. That's what this is all about when you have a 90-man roster, including preseason. It's hard to do all this. It really is. So it's tough on Brad Holmes. It's tough on Dan Campbell. It's tough on, Coach Shep, Dave Phipp, and, a lot of the guys. It's tough on them because it's hard to make these decisions, Give me your thoughts on Kyle Allen. Give me your thoughts on, the 90-man roster, UDFAs, practice squad guys, and, how hard it is to make a football team. Give me your thoughts on that. This has been a video, another Chicken Nugget King 313 exclusive video for you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Tell a Lions fan to tell a Lions fan to come join the journey. Tell a sports fan to tell a sports fan to come join the journey and holler back at your boy. One pride, one love, one Detroit. Hey, Chicken Nugget King, I'm out.
From the D where the teams all grind, no luck. Wings on the ice, Tigers on the up. Lions roaring, Pistons never stuck. Detroit sports talk, we just don't give up. It's the Chicken Nugget King.